Hello again, people. Different view, just because I'm hiding my pickups over there. But what we're going to say is this is just a collection video. I haven't done an updated collection video of any of my systems in a while. I think it was a couple of years ago since I did a PS1 one. So I thought, let's crack one out, why not? That sounded bad. I'm not doing that on screen. Screen? I'm talking shit, aren't I? Right. So, there's more games than I thought, so I'm going to have to do some jump cuts to go collect more stuff and that. But I'm going to do them in sections. So I've got to start with some imports that I've got here. Then it'll be the number titles and the A's. Then I'll move them back, go get the B's and that. I'm hoping this doesn't take too long, but it's now the afternoon though, so I can crack a beer for this. Got to keep up that facade that if I'm doing anything, I've always got a beer, which isn't actually true, but it just looks entertaining. Making a video, have to have a beer. Oh, and it's condensation everywhere. Ah, oh, tripped on my chair. Wet groin now. Never mind. Alright, I'm going to shut up. Let's get on with this, shall we? So, up first, starting with the imports. This is one I've never played. It's when I was buying some stuff off of Eddie, old Rollerxcore. It was he used to chuck in stuff like from his bargain bin, so I ended up with a copy of Slalom Presents Downhill Snow, Japanese. Not played it. I think he said it was absolutely dog shit, so I could zoom them in if you want. There you go, bit of a better view. It's going to take a while. If I talk about everything, it's going to take a while. We've got a copy of Dragon Quest 7, isn't it? Japanese one. I have this simply because when I was trying to modify a console, I needed something to test it with, and it was this. And this was very, very cheap, because you need to have a pretty good knowledge of Japanese to play it. So, that's the only reason I have that. Up next is the IREM Arcade Classics, another one that I got randomly from Eddie. It's got some old arcade games on it, like 10-Yard Fight, Zippy Race, whatever that is. I think some of them got different names. There's one that I don't know what it is, but I think it's a karate game. I haven't actually played it, but I will at some point. I've got so many games to get through. It's not enough time. This is one I have played, which is Irritating Stick. Yeah. I think did this only come out in America? It might come out in Japan as well. It's got a little thing on it, so I don't be able to see it through the... Oh, is the plastic that's on it. Yeah, it's a little game where you try to move a stick through a maze. It's like one of those games where you move the like metal thing around, and if it touches it buzzes. It's that, but a digital version of one of them. By the way, I have a fan going because it's really hot in here, so when you hear me talking, it might have a weird buzz to the back of it. It's just because it's the fan being picked up, but I can't do this without it. I've got it on the lowest setting. Up next we've got, I think it's Gatchaman the Shooting. It's a little shmup. I still haven't tried it, so I really should. I've been told it's quite good. So that's another purchase off of Eduardo. This one I've played. It's pretty good actually. There's an English patch available for this now, so if you do want to play it, you can play it fully in English. It is Racing Lagoon. Try to make sure I can't get too much glare on this. It's a RPG racer. So basically, imagine like something like Midnight Club. Imagine if that was a racing game RPG. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, I haven't played that much. I've only had a couple of goes, but I've put about 4 hours into it. I imagine it's probably still playable without the patch, but the patch does make it easier. Up next is Robert Mondieu, is that how it's pronounced? So yeah, this is Jumping Flash 3 that didn't come out anywhere other than Japan. So, to be honest, it's alright. It's just more Jumping Flash. I do actually want to at some point play through all 3 of these and maybe do a little bit of a review of them. So, yeah, this one's weird. This one doesn't like to work on modded consoles. I had to rip it and run it through an emulator to be able to play it. Next one, this one's a bit of an interesting one. It's a From Software game. It's like a first-person RPG dungeon crawler game. but it's really hard. And it's a shadow tower. This is not good for glare today, is it? So yeah, it's brutal, but it's From Software, so what do you expect? It's like I think is it either the precursor or the start of the Kingsfield series? There is an American version of this, but this is the Japanese one. There isn't a great deal you need to learn to be able to play this. It's just a couple of menus and things. There isn't much story or anything. You just go for a tower, killing things. One that I really want to play but haven't yet played is 1,000 Arms. Yeah, I got this one off of Eddie as well when he was shifting stuff off. He says it's awesome. It's a RPG, but he says it's got a lot of it's got like dating sim mechanics to it. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a go. This is one I have completed. I haven't done every character on it, but I've completed it with quite a few. It was Twisted Metal Small Brawl. It's like well, it's Twisted Metal, but made like really cutesified and childlike. But you still blow a lot of people up and kill people and stuff, so it's pretty good. Again, I think this is one that started climbing in price, so I think it only came out in the States. This one, I don't know if it had a Japanese release, but. And the last one of the imports, I might bump into an import somewhere when I move and stuff, because I hadn't put anything back in alphabetical order like I was supposed to. But I think this one will still be sealed. It's just a Mahjong game that I got from Eddie and his bargain bin bonuses. Strangely, I really like Mahjong, so I will give this a go, but yeah, as you can see, it's just Mahjong. Okay, from here on out, it should be PAL games. And I apologise now, being PAL games, a lot of the cases are going to fall apart, because I have not bothered to pick up any replacements. So let's swig some beer and we'll get through the numbered games I've got and the A's. So up first we have a very, very fucked case. I don't even know where I got this from. A lot of these have come from charity shops or I've bought bundles, and it's just stuff that's come with it. So we've got 4x4 World Trophy. I don't know where I got this one from. I haven't actually played this one. I'm having to hold it funny because the front of this case looks like it is about to fall in half. I won't check if they're complete or not. I do need to clean quite a few of these up, so while I've got them off the shelf, I might do that. But yeah, it looks like just a 4x4 game. It's probably not that great, but it is from the best of Infogrames, so it might be alright. You never know. I've tried to do this, but so I've got spaces to put stuff as well. I'm never that organised. This is one that I haven't played the PS1 version of, but I have played the N64 version of, which is 40 Winks. It's, yeah, a little, like a collectathon platformer. And by the looks of it, I bought it at a charity shop for £1 because it's still on the back. But yeah, this is pretty good actually. I quite like this. Is it the one that says it on it? You can get a version of this that on the PlayStation version it says "Move Over Mario." It might be the American version on it, but it's got a quote from the N64 magazine or something. It didn't come out on the N64, then it came out later on the N64, like a couple of years ago. It's a weird story. Strangely, this is a game I think I own every copy of, or every version of. And I've been thinking about doing like comparison videos of different games on different systems. But this is one that's supposed to actually be quite good, and it's missing a chunk of the case. It's 102 Dalmatians. Is it Puppies to the Rescue? Yeah, big chunk of the case missing. But yeah, it's just a little platformer. But there's like Game Boy Color versions and things of it. But everything I've ever seen says this is actually quite good. That just sounds like it's going to fall apart. Something's rattling in there. I need to get some replacement cases. This is one that I've got on the N64 and PlayStation. I played a lot of the demo of this when I was a kid. I never actually played the full game, so I'm going to have to give this a go at some point, which is a Bug's Life. So yeah, this was just again another little platformer, but the demo I played of it, I really liked it, and it was janky back then, so it's going to be super janky now, but something about it was just quite charming, which is weird because I did not like the movie A Bug's Life, but the game, pretty good. This is going to be a fucking long video. Right, we have Ace Combat 3. Yeah, Ace Combat flight sim game. I don't actually know where I got this from. This might have been I think it was most of these were bought for like £1 in a charity shop like years ago. Well, this might have become a case stoner for something else. We've got Actia Golf 2. I remember when I was a kid, me and my mate played one of the golf games. We got really addicted to it. It was this and Brian Lara for some reason we got addicted to. But I don't know which. I think it was one of the Actia Golfs, but I don't know. It's just golf. There's another one. This is a pretty good game, actually. We got The Adventures of Alundra. It's kind of like a little Zelda-ish kind of game. It's actually surprisingly difficult. So, but yeah, good game. Oh, we've got the first case that's actually in pieces. I think this might have been a case donor for something. Let's see if I can hold this together. It's Actia Soccer 2. That crack on the front goes all the way through and it falls apart. It was bought for £1 in a charity shop again. I probably had no intention of ever keeping these, hence why they're still in such a shit state, but yeah. I don't know. Does that even have... It has got the front. It doesn't feel like it's got a manual. Then we've got Action Bass. Little fishing game. I popped this in for a couple of seconds after I bought it. But yeah, again, another stupid charity find. As was this. I swear I saw something the other day said one of these games is quite good, but I don't know if it's this one. But it's Action Man, Mission Extreme. It might not be this one. I think one of them plays like a run and gun shooter, but like a 3D one. It might be this one. Don't know. I'll have to give it a go. I don't know. I don't know where I got this from. I think this came in a bundle. It's Adidas Power Soccer International something. Yeah. Psygnosis game, is it? It is. Did not know that. So, again, the case is fucked on that. I really need to get some replacement cases. Then we've got the sequel to the game I said earlier that was pretty good. We've got Alundra 2. This, I haven't played this one yet, but I'm pretty sure this one's like polygonal. The other one was like sprite work. Let's have a look at the back. It looks polygonal from the back of it. I don't think this was as well received. I don't know if it's good or not. I think people still like it, but just not as much as the first one. Okay, yeah, I have got a few of these slightly out of alphabetical order, but never mind. We got the first Ace Combat. Was it Ace Combat? No, it's because it's Air Combat, this one, sorry. I think, is Air Combat still Ace Combat? I have a feeling it is. I don't know. We got next. This is one that I think I got this in one of my mystery games episodes or something. Or the girlfriend bought it. She bought me it for some reason. Never heard of it. It's Aeronauts. I know nothing about it. It looks like you're flying through a lot of rings on the back of it or something, but it might be a racer. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'll have to give this a go. This is good. This is making me think of games I wanted to go back and play. And now that I'm playing pretty much all of them through the PC, just to make it much easier, upscaling them and everything, I'll go back and play them. This is one that everyone really likes. This is Alien Trilogy. Yeah, it's just like first-person shooter, Alien game. It's actually pretty good. There's another one called Alien Resurrection, which was like the first game to have like modern FPS controls, I think. Which is, I don't have it anymore, but I thought that was better than this. But a lot of people prefer this one. We have All-Star Tennis. It's a Midas game, so you know it's got to be awful. But they can't get too wrong with tennis, can they? It looks very cheap on the back, with like anime style characters almost, but like just badly drawn ones. We got, oh god, yeah. This is one of the Phoenix titles, isn't it? Which was published by Midas, I think, where it's just mini games and a cartoon and filling out like puzzle, like little sliding puzzles and colouring books and stuff, which is Anastasia. When I was subscribed to the retro.co.uk or something, what it was, they used to do boxes of retro games monthly. This was one of the pieces of shite they sent me, so I've kept it for that reason. Then we have Anna Kournikovas Smash Court Tennis. I thought I gave this to somebody. I've still got it. Yeah. Why did I think I gave this to somebody? Oh, I did give this to somebody, and then I think I got it back in another bundle. It's a tennis game. This is the game that the DualShock controller was required for. I think it might have been the first one, which was Ape Escape. Yeah, this was a good game. Just a little platform where you run around with a net, capturing monkeys. Yeah, really enjoyed this one. Another one that I played the hell out of a demo. Also, this doesn't work in a PAL PS2. I don't know why. I think the American version works, but the PAL one does not work if you put it in a PS2. It will never recognise a controller, even if you use a DualShock 1. I don't know why. There's another one that was sent to me from the Retro. To be honest, this isn't too bad, but I was annoyed because they didn't give me anywhere near the value they said they were going to. But it's a Midway Arcade Collection. So it's got, what has it got? Rampage, Smash TV, something else I can't read. Is that Clax? 720. So to be honest, it's got some more games on it, but it still comes under the shovelware title for me on that one. This is one that's supposed to be absolutely dreadful. I've got it on the N64 as well. I've played the N64 one. I think that actually fares better than this one. But it's a first-person shooter where you shoot a load of bugs. There's Marines, Project Swarm. It's, yeah, like imagine Starship Troopers, but a game of that. Let me start this this section of Army Men. So we've got Army Men 3D. I can't remember if I've played many of these. I've played, I think, one on the Dreamcast years ago. But yeah, they're not the best of games. They're a bit janky, but enough to kill some time. Then we've got Army Men Air Attack. I don't know if this is, I think it's just a flight kind of game. I don't know if it has on-foot bits or not. Let's have a look on the back. Don't know. Eyes are shit, can't tell. Well, there was a sequel. We've got Army Men Air Attack 2. So, yeah, I haven't played these. Probably should. To be honest, I should probably try and get all the Army Men games, because I've got quite a few of them. We've got Army Men Land, Sea and Air. It's impressive, like a franchise like this would have got this big, to be honest with you. None of them were known to be, like, very good. I don't think. We've got Army Men Operation Meltdown. Maybe I do have all the Army Men games. I don't know. I need to look into this. Find out which ones I'm missing and get hold of them. Find out which one's the best one. Like, do a video where I play all the Army Men games on the PS1. We've got Army Men Team Assault. What did I say in it? Real combat plastic men. So, I don't know. I don't think any of them are rare or hard to come by. I think they're all dirt cheap. I think this is the last one of my A's, which is, I bought this off of CEX. I tried to buy the first game and they sent me the second one, but I think the second one's hard to come by. I guess they couldn't see the 2 in the background of this, which is Art and Senna's Kart Duel 2. I think this was really cheap, like £3 or £4 on the CEX website, but the second one was like 10 or something. I don't know. It wasn't a giant like upgrade, but so yeah, I think that's everything that begins with A. So I will go put these away, come back with B. Yes, that's how it's going to work. Okie dokie. So you're going to see me get sweatier as I go on through these videos, and I just keep moving because I keep moving the chair, and I knocked the fan over, so that's probably making more noise than I want to. Also, as I said, I'd probably find more imports as I'm looking around. I came across a few. So first up, we got Spriggan Lunarverse, another From Software game. It's a like third-person beat 'em up kind of game. That's all I know. I haven't played it yet. I forgot I had it. Keep forgetting I've got these things. I need to go back to them. This is another one. I think I got that off Eddie. I got this as well. This is a shoot 'em up again. It's one he recommended, so I haven't played it. It is called Bokon to Ipatsu Doronbu or something. Bo? That time something is it called? I don't know what the series is, but what I've seen of it, it looks fun. So I need to have a go. I need to get playing more shooters. That's my plan. So that's what I will play. Then we've got another one he sent me from his bargain bin. Another simple game. We've got The Bowling, which is just a bowling game. Those black cases, seriously, so much glare on them. This is one that did have a UK release, but I ended up finding this on a game hunt, and it was pretty cheap. So I picked it. I think it was cheaper than the UK one, so I picked this up. It's the American version of Jamalami. So I plan on playing this and Parappa the Rapper. Hopefully by the end of the year, I want to try and beat both of them. I've beat Parappa the Rapper before, but I thought I'd play that then play this. So yeah, it's like the sequel where you play as a guitarist, like I don't know what she is, a dog or something, or I don't know what she is, dog bear looking thing. I don't know. I haven't played a demo of that as well though. But yeah, right, back to where we got to. We're on to the bees now. Up first is Baby Universe. This is not really a game. It's like an interactive screensaver. Like you pop this in, then you pop in your music CD, and it creates visuals to your music. So it's kind of pointless. We got Battle Arena to Shinden. It's a fighting game. It's alright. I can't remember, was there a sequel to this? Was there 2 of these? Or a couple of these? Maybe 3? I don't know. In my mind, there was more than 1 of these. So, I haven't played much of it. One that I haven't played, but again, I don't know where it came from. Another weird Infogrames game. It's beach volleyball. Where did I get beach volleyball from? I should do it. I should just do a night on Twitch, just playing these weird ass games that I've never played. Then we have Beyblade Let It Rip. This is one of those games that looks like it should always have some value to it, but it doesn't. It's just a Beyblade game. If you don't know what Beyblade is, they're those little spinning top things you fire at each other. Then we got another fishing game. It's a Konami one this time. We got Big Ol' Bass. It's Fisherman's Bait 2. This is one that I bought that I was surprised actually did have more than like £1's worth of value. But I don't know why I've got so many fishing games. Some pretty good, well received. Well received and well respected. RPGs coming up next. We've got Breath of Fire 3. To be honest, I haven't put much time into the Breath of Fire series. I really should. I've never played 3, even though I've got it on here and I think the PSP. The one that I have put a bit of time into is Breath of Fire 4, but not enough to really say much about it. But I do need to go back and play this again. So, but yeah, this was a find in CEX. This thing is mint. Like, as I said at the game earlier, I mentioned that we got addicted to as kids. Brian Lara Cricket, the game with the longest loading times in the world. My mate said he went to made a sandwich and came back and it was still loading once. We got Bomberman. Everyone knows what Bomberman is. See, a lot of people don't like these weird cases where it's like the artwork put on like the front of them is like classic-y style ones or best ofs. They don't really bother me that much. One that I picked up because I wanted to know how bad this truly was. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It was Bubsy 3D. I haven't ever finished it. It wasn't that entertaining. But this did come out after Mario 64. I think that's what makes this seem much worse. It's very janky. And it has the kind of same thing that Jumping Flash has. So when you jump, it looks down so you can land on stuff. It's a bit weird. These are pretty good little platformer games, to be honest with you. We got Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. I can't remember if this one or the other one's the best one, but we got Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. I can't remember which one's the best one. I think I played more of Time Busters, but I need to finish them. Then we got Bust a Move 2, Arcade Edition. It's just Bust a Move, popping little things. I did bring the C's over as well. So we got Championship Motocross featuring Ricky Carmichael. One of these motocross games I had a demo of and I loved as a kid. Like, when I say I didn't actually have a PlayStation. I used to borrow a PlayStation and it always came with a load of demo discs and stuff. So we got Chase the Express. I don't know if it's fixed camera angles, but it always looks in screenshots like it should be a horror game, but it isn't. It's an action game set on a train. This used to be literally like 50p or £1 in CEX. I saw it the other day, it was like 10 quid. I was like, what's going on? This is a little kind of almost Micro Machines-y kind of game. We got Circuit Breakers. This is one that I want to play that a girlfriend bought it for me. I think it's in one of the mystery games, and it looks interesting, but I think it's a point-and-click kind of adventure game. I'm not too sure, but it's the City of Lost Children. It just looks interesting. It's based off of something, and I don't know. I think it might be based off a book. I don't know. Or am I confusing that with, what is it? I have no mouth, but I must scream. I don't know. Do I have the sequel to this? I thought I did. Maybe I don't. We got Colin McRae Rally. Yeah, these were great rally games back in the day. Loved these. To be honest, as they morphed into the Dirt series, they took a bit of a rocky turn, but I think I enjoyed Dirt 5 and everything, so they're still pretty good. Then we got, yeah, these are slightly out of order. We got Cool Borders 2. Yeah, it's just a snowboarding game. They're pretty fun. Then we're up to the usual Crash Bandicoot. Annoyingly, I got the platinum one, not the big chunky box, but never mind. Everyone knows these. To be honest, I prefer playing these on the Insane Trilogy. It does actually make it harder on there, but it's still good. Crash 2. It's probably the best one, I think. Everyone loves this one, which is Crash Warped, number 3. But something about this, I didn't like a lot of the vehicle sections in this. I just always thought they controlled pretty bad. Then we got Crash Bash. So yeah, it's a little party game. I think it's another one of those games that if you had the demo of it, you could mess around with it and get the full game, couldn't you? Then we got Crash Team Racing. Yeah, everyone knows it is like a little kart racer with Crash Bandicoot. It's pretty good. They remastered it. To be honest, I'd just go for the remastered one. It's pretty good. They have added microtransactions to it though, which ruins it a bit. This is one I got off of Gurnaldinho Plays not long ago. Haven't played it yet. I can't remember what it was. Someone, I think Tootie told me what it was and how it played, but I can't remember. It was a reimagining of something, I think he said. But it's a Crime Killer. I think that's the one he was talking about. It comes with. Is this the one that comes with a CD? It does. It comes with a free music CD. I haven't played it yet. So many games, not enough time. Annoyingly, I had the sequel to this game I'm about to show, but it was back when I couldn't play imports, and it was an American copy, so I sold it, and I wish I didn't. But it's Croc, Legend of the Gobos. This is actually quite fun. This is made by the people who Argonaut, who did Star Fox and things. There's rumours it was once supposed to be a Yoshi game and got refused, but I don't think there's actually anything that proves that. But it's just a known factoid. It's alright. Control's a bit bad with its tank controls now, but it's playable. And the one that was completely out of order, but I just like the fact because it comes with a little slipcover, is Cool Borders 4. You can use, you can use this to soft mod a PS1. Same as you can use Tony Hawk's, which is what I use. But yeah. So, that's all of C. We'll come back in a minute with D. Okay, so we'll start off with these with Dancing Stage Party Edition. Yeah, so dance mat game. Don't actually have a dance mat for the PS1, I don't think. Got one for the 360 and one for the GameCube. I think I got a PS2 one either. And we got Dancing Stage Euromix. But to be honest, these are the types of games I prefer to play with a controller. Like, it makes them feel a bit more like DJ Max. So we got Danger Girl. I bought this in a car boot not long ago. I think it's just a third-person shooter. I think it's going to be pretty bad. I haven't tried it. Then we've got Death Trap Dungeon. Another one I don't really know anything about. Don't know where I got it from. But it does have a sticker on the back that has an N64 logo on it. I know nothing about it. It just looks... It looks a bit like Shadow Tower, but I don't know if it is. And we have Demolition Racer. Some of these are just falling out. Well, they've got no manuals. You can see that the fronts have fallen in. I don't know if I've played this or not. It looks like a Destruction Derby style game. To be honest, I didn't even know I had that. Again, it's another of those best of infograms. They must be so memorable. And we got another one of the Midas/Phoenix games before they had their little Phoenix logo and everything. Which is the Dalmatians. They released again on the PS2, but which do have the Phoenix logo on them. Again, slide puzzles, a small cartoon, and some colouring books. Why are in them? Do not know. We've got Delta Force Urban Warfare. Yeah, is it a first-person shooter? This one, I think. I haven't played it. I did play a few Delta Force games on the PC years ago. But we have Descent. I don't know much about this. I think is it a flighty, shooty kind of game? I don't know, but it cost me £1 in a charity shop. Another one I still have not taken the sticker off of. I know nothing about it. I think it might be a shooty, flight sim, spacey game, as that is the most accurate way to describe things. For some reason I got 2 demo discs in here as well. We got a demo for a racing demo, and one with Time Crisis Chicken Run and Tomb Raider Chronicles on it. I don't know why I've got them in there. They can move somewhere else. We've got Destruction Derby. Everyone likes a bit of Destruction Derby. Just destroying cars in a Destruction Derby environment. But the one that I preferred was Destruction Derby 2. This was the one that everybody had the demo of, with the course with the little like corkscrew bit at the top, so you could launch yourself and spin in the air. I spent so much time on that demo, just like driving backwards, destroying people. And the one that not many people talk about is Destruction Derby Raw. But yeah, just the third one in the series. It's actually pretty good. This one, it's good fun. Well, people talk about that more than Destruction Derby 64, I think. This is just a case, I think. I don't have the disc to this. I need to get it. It's case and manual, no disc. I need the disc for Detective Barbie, The Mystery Cruise. I don't know why I have this. That should be a case donor. It cost me £1 though, without a disc in it. We've got Die Hard Trilogy. Yeah, it's the 3 games on there for the 3 movies, isn't it? One's a kind of running around the tower shooting people. One's a light gun game, and one is a racing game where you drive around defusing bombs. And there's the one that people don't really talk about, which is the sequel to it. I'm pretty sure it's the same type of thing, but they mixed it all into one game, so you play like it all together. So you don't select kind of movies and games. If I remember rightly, I can't remember. It's been a while. Been a while since I played that one. A game that's surprisingly hard, I thought. I used to play a demo of this all the time. It's good to have the full version of it, but I've never beat it. Because remember, do you not get continues, or is it like it might be password save? I can't remember. But it's the full title was Action Game featuring Hercules, but I've got it under Disney's Hercules by the looks of it. Does it even say? It does say Disney's Action Game featuring Hercules. That's why. Then you've got Donald Duck Quack Attack, which is called something else in America, like Going Quackers or something. It's surprisingly quite good. It's a Crash Bandicoot clone. It's worth playing. There's an N64 version as well. The N64 one will cost you way more than that one. So. Then we got, I think I reprinted the cover for this because it's incredibly faded, I think. Or if I'm actually, maybe not. I think I've upgraded my copy. Mine was incredibly sun faded, but this looks like I got a new, I think I may have got this in a bundle and switched it out. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. It's a Disney The Lion King Simba's Mighty Adventure. Yeah, the original version of this was so sun faded, it was ridiculous. There's another game in here that came with it somewhere, but you'll see how sun faded it was. One that I haven't played, and I'm impressed it actually got platinum status on it, but it's Disney's Peter Pan Adventures in Neverland. I've never played it. I didn't know. Can't tell if it looks 3D or 2D. Should find out, shouldn't I? Then we got Disney's Tarzan, covered in stickers, and a massive crack down it. I remember playing this. I think I played the N64 version of it when I was younger. I remember it being quite good. In my mind, it runs quite fluid, like an endless runner, but that might be a lie. Then we've got Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. This is this the one that, I think I've played this. It's almost a racing game. Like, you're on foot trying to get somewhere before, is it Zurg? Before you get somewhere. But, so you're basically having to run forward, like sprint. You're on foot. It's really bad. This one's pretty good though. We've got Toy Story 2. It's a little 3D platformer. This is actually quite fun. Again, I think this is on the N64. I've never played the N64 one, I've just played this one. It might also be on the Dreamcast. And another fun one, we've got Toy Story Racer. This is a, imagine it, not like Micro Machines, like games like Revolt and stuff, it reminds me of that, but it controls as if you're controlling a remote control car, rather than like your standard kind of controls for a thing. It's quite good. Worth playing. Then we got two very good games that were, they're not spin-offs, but they're made by the same people as Resident Evil. But they are just Resident Evil, but instead of zombies, it's dinosaurs. We've got Dino Crisis. Yeah, really good games. These are ones that need a remaster. I love the Dino Crisis games. Then we got the sequel, which was actually more action-based, and there was a lot of like time. You were timed on your missions, not like to be thinking you got a score and stuff based on time and stuff. But it's Dino Crisis 2. I've never actually finished the sequel. I need to, but yeah. It's more, you've got more ammo, more guns. It still looks like a Resident Evil game though. We've got Dracula the Resurrection next. I think this might be some kind of adventure-y, point-and-clicky kind of game, I don't know. It cost me £1, so it sat in the shelf all that time. Doing nothing. My god, why can't I get... I was trying to show the £1, but there's too much glare on that. A game with the hardest tutorial in the world. It's not that hard. If you can play racing games, you're fine. It's Driver. This fascinated me as a kid. Like, I found the physics of the cars, like, because they felt like they had weight and stuff. Like, I loved it. Absolutely loved this. So, yeah, still love it. And there's the sequel, Driver 2, which I did like Driver 2, but I didn't like the fact you get out of your car. It's what everyone wanted, like, get out of your car, it'd be amazing. But he runs around like a big Lego man, and I wasn't too fond of the on-foot sections. Then we've got Duke Nukem Land of the Babes. This is when Duke Nukem was doing like his third-person style stuff. This one isn't very good. I wasn't a fan of it, really. Everything about it looks very grey, browny, just not interesting. And I didn't find any of the one-liners that funny or anything. But on the other hand, Duke Nukem Time to Kill, really like this one. This one reminds me more of if Duke Nukem and Tomb Raider had a baby, which, if you've beaten the game and heard the end of it, might be what it was envisioned as. Hopefully people know what I mean by that. But yeah, this is a very good game. I like this one. This was good fun, and this used to crack me up. It's also got the intro FMV done by, it's got Stabbing Westwards. Oh, what was the name of the song? I can't remember what the name of the song is. But yeah, it's got one of their songs on it. It's really good. Right, on to the next one. Somehow, I've really moved the camera and stuff this time. Walking into stuff. Never mind. I'll be impressed if anyone gets through this video. Fuck me, it's going to be long. Right, we'll start with the E's then. We've got Eagle 1. I don't know. Flight game, I think. Never played it. Looks like a flight game going by the back. Then we have ECW Hardcore Revolution. This was by the people Acclaim who did the WWF Warzone and is it Attitude games? I can't remember what they were called. But yeah, it plays exactly the same as them. Very janky wrestling games. One that I've never played, but I really want to, because it should be right up my alley, is Evil Dead, Hail to the King. Any kind of horror games, especially anything in the Evil Dead universe, should be good. Haven't played the PS4 Evil Dead game though. We've got Evo Space Adventure next. This was called Space Station Silicon Valley on the N64. You're like a little microchip thing, and you get into these robot animals, and they have different things. It's made with Rockstar, actually, I think, if I remember rightly. We have Excalibur. Was it Excalibur 255 AD? I have a feeling this is actually a horror game. I think it's like a spacey kind of thing. I don't know. It was a charity shop find. Then we've got a game that is absolutely dreadful. It is the sequel to Flashback, I think, which is Fade to Black. Dreadful game. Controls like shit. Weird walking and running animations. What they tried to do with it was pretty interesting at the time, but you're just walking around the same kind of grey corridors all the time, and it's just not fun. Ones that I just picked up and I've just never got rid of. We got FIFA Soccer 96. Never, ever going to play these. FIFA 99. One of these FIFA games, I don't know which one it is, but one of them has an episode of South Park hidden in it somewhere. And FIFA 2000. You have to make sure you've got the original version of it, though, so not the reprint one when they got in trouble for thingy, because they were using it to spoof, like, well, to fill up the disc, weren't they, to dummy files. So yeah, it's got the, was it Jesus versus Santa skit from, like, the original South Park pilot. Up next, got Firebugs. It's one I got off of Callum, Retro Ghetto. He showed it in a pickups. I can't remember. I think he bought it at a charity shop. I think it was a Salvation Army or something. It's a little racing game. He said he needed somebody who was after it. I was after it. Haven't played it yet, but it does look like it could be fun. We've got Fear Effect. It's like a cel-shaded, actiony, like cop kind of game. Is that the way I can explain it? I don't know. It was one of the first games that had lesbian protagonists. I think. Don't quote me on anything I ever say. We got Fighting Force 2. Yeah, they're just like little 3D beat 'em up brawler games. I think Fighting Force was originally going to be Streets of Rage, wasn't it? Was it Fighting Force that started that way, then became Fighting Force? I don't know. Ones everyone knows, we've got the Final Fantasy games coming out now. So we've got Final Fantasy 7. Joking. Game that I've never finished. Don't hate me. I could do the remake, but I don't think I'll ever finish that, because I don't think Square will ever finish it. We got Final Fantasy 8. I'm hoping I'm getting these right, because my Roman numerals are shite. I thought I had more Final Fantasy than that. I do. They're out of order. Final Fantasy 9. I think that's 9, isn't it? I think I'm missing one. Am I missing one? Was 6 on there? I don't know. Then we got Final Fantasy Anthology. I bought this at a car boot sale not long ago. It stank of smoke. That just smells like it's been in a loft, like everything else in this room. And we've got Formula 1 99. I am a fan of the Formula 1 games. I haven't played this one. Probably should. Okay, we're on to the G's. Up first, a horror game. We have Galarians. It's a sci-fi horror game. Plays with tank controls and everything. What is it not? I played it not long ago. It might not have had tank controls, which is what surprised me. It was alright. Didn't finish it, but it was alright. I'm going to have to go back and finish it. There's a sequel to it on the PS2 called Galarians Ash, which I have got, but never played it because I haven't beat that one yet. And we've got a random Formula 1 game in the wrong place again. See? My alphabetising's shite. We've got Formula 1 2000. Let's quickly? I can't talk. Quickly put that in the right order so that I don't mess that up again. Then we have G-Police. In my mind, I have played this, but I don't know if I have. I always get this mixed up with LAPD Future Cup, whatever it's called, which was a game I had as a kid. Again, didn't have it. I borrowed it a lot, which was good. But for some reason, I think I've played this, but I couldn't tell you much about it. I'll have to play it again. Then we've got the Ganstream Saga. This was like the first big RPG, I think, on the system. It was the first one to implement any kind of 3D to it, like polygons. I think it just beat Final Fantasy to doing it, but I don't think it was received very well. Haven't played it yet. Then we have Gex Deep Cover Gecko. To be honest, I've played the first Gex, which is the 2D one. These are the 3D ones. The reason I've never played them, I might play it. I think, is it getting a remaster, the Gex games? I think they are. I just always wanted to play it on the N64, and I'd never got it on the N64. It was one I always wanted as a kid, and it was always out of stock everywhere. I don't know, is Deep Cover Gecko, is that the sequel? Then there's a third one, or is this the third one? I don't know. But the English versions have different voice acting than the American versions, so it might actually still be worth picking up the original PAL releases if you want something different than the remaster when it comes out. Unless they might put both voice tracks on there, you never know. Okay, this is one I played not long ago on stream. It's Guardians Crusade. It's, yeah, a little RPG, turn-based. Plays a bit like Pokemon. You get these living toy things. I need to go back and finish it. I have a feeling it's not a very long game. It used to be very cheap. I don't know if it has started to climb or not on the CEX website. I don't really look at stuff once I've already got it. This is one that I got from a charity shop. I haven't actually played it yet. It looks like it's going to play kind of like Monkey Island or something, but I imagine it's just going to be a platformer, going by what it is. It's Golden Glory, The Road to El Dorado. Was this I have a feeling, was this a movie that came out? Like one of those ones that always look like a knockoff Disney one. One of the DreamWorks ones or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. We've got Gran Turismo. Everyone knows what these are. These are great racing games. To be honest, they started getting a bit crap. I haven't played the newest one, but Gran Turismo Sport was a bit shit. So was 5. 6 was alright. I haven't played 7. Gran Turismo 2, played the hell out of this. I didn't play it on the PlayStation though. I used to have the Bleemcast disc. Why can't I talk? Probably because I'm drinking like 9% beer. What time is it in the afternoon? Oh, 3 o'clock. It's not that bad. But yeah, I had the Bleemcast disc again. Bleemcast disc, which let me play it on the Dreamcast. That's what I was. Brain didn't like it. Didn't like those words. But yeah, on the Dreamcast, everything was all smoother and it just looked much better. You got Grand Theft Auto. Everyone's played this, the little top-down one. I used to play this on the PC all the time. This was good fun on the PC because you could whack up the frame rate to something mental, and it made it much more fun. PS1 version, I've always found the frame rate being too choppy on it. GTA 2 is one that I played on the Dreamcast. I did not play the PS1 version. Again, it's more of the same, but everything looks more rounded, if I remember right on that in it. I didn't like the graphics on it. And we got an RPG to end it on, one that a lot of people really like and want to play, but I have... Oh no, we got another one afterwards. That I've never actually played is Grandia. I have Grandia 2 as well, so I probably should sit down with these. The problem is RPGs take so long. I've got to play them when I'm like on holiday or something. I can't just bash them out in a day. And the last one is for the G's is Grudge Warriors. I don't know what this is. I can't remember where I got this from. I think it might be a combat racing game. I think. I don't know. Right, let's get some more. Okay, onto the H's we have... I just remembered the name of that song. Stabbing Westwood in the Duke Nukem games. It was a Thing I Hate, or Won't Become the Thing I Hate. Good song. That was a while back. I remembered it. I might put a thing saying it back there, if I remember. Okay, H, we've got Hardcore 4x4. This is incredibly janky. It's a off-road 4x4 game, but you don't get many cars, you don't get many tracks. But it's one of those ones that's so crap that I actually really enjoyed this. I think I've got this on the Saturn as well. I think it's on the Saturn. But yeah, I like it. It's that bad. Up next, I've got two versions of the same game here. So we've got the original release of the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, also known as Sorcerer's Stone in America, isn't it? Because philosopher is a strange word, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, these are pretty fun little games. The PS2 version of this is quite expensive. There's a GameCube version of it. I don't actually know if it's the same game. It might have been a more upgraded, different release, I don't know. But strangely, I want to get all these. There's some PAL games that came in thin jewel cases, like the American ones and the Japanese ones. Mostly they were pack-in titles. Some Australian games are like it, I think. Maybe all the Australian ones, I don't know. But yeah, this was a pack-in one with a console, I think. So, thought it was quite cool. I don't try to go down the variant thing, but I don't know. I wish all UK games were in those thinner cases, because these take up so much room. I've been tempted to start shifting them on and go for American versions, but I don't know. Then we've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Just more of the same, I think. People remember these fondly and quite enjoyed them. I know that the girlfriend really enjoyed the first Harry Potter game, so I think she played it on the GameCube, though, I think she said. Next one, Heart of Darkness. This is a little, it's really well drawn kind of pixel art game where it's not really point and click, it's more like a platformer, but it's very difficult. You've got to work out where you're going, but everything will kill you, so it's like memorization of levels and things. It's pretty good. Very hard, though. Up next, the big hitter for the PS1, we have Hell Knight. Yes, one that I recently picked up off of Eddie. You can tell it's a Konami game because it looks like Silent Hill on the back. It's almost the same kind of, I don't know, rusty, burnt out thing. It's a game by Atlas. I was really excited to have this. I need to put more time into it. It's one of those ones that's a game that's way before its time, but not done well, if that makes sense. I'll explain it. It's a dungeon crawler where you're continually followed by an enemy which gets more and more, well, progressively stronger. But that's about it. He stalks you continuously, and you have to run through these corridors where he is to get into these side paths to do puzzles with valves and stuff, to then get back out and run around it. It is surprisingly good. It's surprisingly creepy for what it is, actually. I do enjoy it. It's just, I was getting to points where, because you can get to the guy, but if he's in the same square run, you can't run around him. Like, you just have to avoid him and find a different route. But I kept getting to points where I was stuck in like dead ends, and he was just coming at me, shambling along, and I couldn't get past him. But there's probably some way of stunning him or something to get past him if you get stuck in that kind of thing. But I don't know. We've got Hidden and Dangerous. I'm playing this on the Dreamcast. Another one with the pound sticker on the back. I've bought a lot of these from the same charity shop, as you can tell. But that charity shop now no longer sells these for £1. They are way too overpriced now. Yeah, this is a third-person stealthy shooting game, I think. I remember playing it on the Dreamcast. I haven't played this version. I imagine it's the same, just with shitter graphics. We've got Hugo 2. These, I'm pretty sure, started as like PC games. They were like edutainment almost, I think. I haven't played this one, but I remember playing them back on the PC when I was young, and I thought they were really like shit because they were trying to teach me stuff. I didn't want to learn stuff. Which is a shame. I like learning stuff now. Okay, then we've got In Cold Blood. Another one that looks like it should be a horror game, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. I think it does have maybe the fixed camera kind of view. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I think it's like a spy kind of, not like war, but kind of Mission Impossible-y style game, I think. I don't know. Never played it. I should give it a go. I'm going to be playing a lot of PS1. Then we have Independence Day, the game. I did try this a very long time ago, and it was awful. But I can't remember how it plays. In my mind, I think it's a flight game, but I don't know. Don't quote me on what this plays like. I remember it being bad though. Then we have International Moto. I think this was a really early release on the PS1 because it's got no black bar at the bottom. I haven't tried it, I don't think, which is odd. I should. Right, this is giving me loads of video ideas. I'll do a video showing off all the different motocross games. I've got loads of them. I should do the ones on the PS2. I've got like fucking 50 motocross games, I swear. Then we've got International Track and Field. I played a lot of this when I was younger. My mate was a big fan of it. He got this pretty close to release, and we played the hell out of it. Yeah, it's just a updated version, 3D graphics of just athletic games. So it's actually pretty fun. Then we have Iron Soldier 3. I don't know what this is. I must have got it in a bundle or something. It looks like a mech game. That's what I'm going to say. If anyone can tell me what Iron Soldier 3 is. Never played it. This one's pretty good. This is Jade Cocoon. I did have 2 copies of this. I had a platinum version of it as well, but I passed that on to somebody. Again, it's imagine a 3D Pokemon style game, monster collecting game, where I think you use a magic flute, I think it is, to capture like little monsters and use them to fight. It's actually really good. I'd recommend this. There is a sequel on the PS2, which I've not played because I haven't finished that, so I should finish it. This is a sequel to a game I enjoyed on the Mega Drive. I actually reviewed it for the Mega Drive, which was when we were doing our shelf game, I had to do it for that, as it's one I pulled off my shelf to play. But I don't know if I've ever actually played this one. I think I may have. I think my mate had it. The guy who was into International Track and Field and that, my mate James. I think he may have had this, which is Jimmy White's Cue Ball 2. I know he had the first Jimmy White, but I think he had it on the, I don't know, I wouldn't say PC, I don't know what computer it was. He had some other weird game. I've been asking him what it was, and he doesn't know what it is. It's like a top-down, Dune-looking, like RTS game, but we can never remember what it was. But that's on a tangent of crap. This video is already long enough. So we got into the J's now. We have Jumping Flash 2. As I said, I want to do all these. They're first-person platforming games. I don't actually have Jumping Flash 1. So I've got 2 and 3. I have 1 on the PlayStation Mini, so I'd play it that way. But I would rather have a copy of Jumping Flash 1 as well. I'd rather do playing off the discs. I don't know if they've changed anything on the Mini or anything. You never know. Licensing and all that, it worries me. Then we got the Jungle Book Groove Party. It's a, I think is it a dance? Is it a rhythm game, or is it I think it's a rhythm game. Like a dance mat one. I'm pretty sure you can buy this with a big dance mat. I remember seeing it really cheap in a shop once, and I didn't buy it because I didn't have room for it. Then we have... Okay, I accidentally pressed a button to stop the recording a second ago. And I have a feeling I may have done that earlier on. I may have to go back through this and make sure I've actually put everything in. But we'll continue. We're on the caves. We've got Cart Challenge in this very murky looking box. It's a Midas game again, so I don't know. I am really worried that I've missed a big chunk of this. I'm going to have to go back, and I'm getting sweaty doing this. Up next we've got Kingsley's Adventure. I owe Chrissy a review of this. I wanted to finish it. I've got playthrough recorded, not to the end, so I need to go back and complete it. We have Knockout Kings 99, boxing game. Looks like I don't have the front cover, just the manual. This is a good one. We got Kudelka. It is the predecessor? Is that the right word? Of the Shadow Hearts games. It's a horror RPG. Really good. And again, see, I'm out of order. We've got Knockout Kings 2001 now. How did I do that? Let's just put them in the right order. This one just says Racing on the Adventure on the side, but it is L. It's Land Before Times Racing Adventure. It's a recent pickup. Charity shop for £3. That was in the same charity shop that I used to pick up stuff for £1. Now it's £3 now. To be honest, was good for them. Usually they're like ridiculous. We've got Largo Winch. I think this is like a big French series. There's a PS2 version as well. They're meant to be pretty bad. They're like a spy kind of thing, I think. So, I'm pressing stuff again. Hopefully I haven't done anything bad. We've got Legend of Dragoon. It's a RPG. One that some people say is their best of all time. Which is hard to say on the PS1. People will be screaming about it being Final Fantasy VII, but apparently a lot of people prefer this. Then we have the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Look at that lenticular cover. That's just cool. Yeah, good game. I played this on the Dreamcast, not the PS1. It's a action hack-and slash platformery game, a bit like Tomb Raider, but set in the Legacy of Kain universe. Best thing about it is you can pick up spears and spear people to walls with it. Pretty sure you had to kill people with spears. They had to be pierced. I can't remember. Then we've got The Legend of Cartia. It's one I've never actually played. Again, I think it's another RPG. It might be a tactical RPG, but I don't know. I've never actually played it. I don't think I have anyway. Then we have Lego Rock Raiders. I don't know what this is. I think it's like a... I don't know. I don't know what this is. I should play it and find out. No idea what Lego Rock Raiders is. Then we've got one that I've always been interested in. It's Little Big Adventure. I picked this up not long ago because I found it really cheap. It's like an isometric, puzzly kind of game, I think. I don't know. I've always wanted to play it. This was really cheap because it didn't have a manual. But it's one of those games that I think in my mind it needed a manual because it might say something in the manual you need to know. Talking bollocks, probably. This one is one I streamed not long ago. I do need to go back and finish it, but it's surprisingly difficult. Is a Lomax. It's a amazing, like, art-styled 2D platformer set in the Lemmings universe. I don't know if you can see the art style of it, but this is really nice looking. This is, I don't know, this to me is how 2D games should look. I really like this. This is a very good game. It's getting up there in price now, though. When I bought it in CEX, it was like 80 quid. It's past the, well, eBay now, it's well over the 3 digits, which is a shame. find a way to play it. Then we've got LMA Manager. It's a football management game. Not my kind of thing. Sadly, it not being my kind of thing, I've also got LMA Manager 2001. So we have, up next, we have Lost Vikings 2. I've actually not played this. This is one Insanity Retro game. Was it Insanity Retro Gaming? The shop was open in Poole, and they had the worst stickers. These do not come off. This was glued on there. I've tried. It doesn't come off. So I need to get some more label remover. My label remover exploded when I tried to use it last time, and it literally coated my room, and my room smelled like, was it citronella for a very long time? But I haven't played this one. I played the original where it's a platformer where you've got three different Vikings, and they've all got different skills. I imagine it's more of the same, but I haven't played it. And the last one for L is The Lost World. I've not played this. Probably should. Is this the one that's a fighting game? I don't know. No, it isn't, I don't think. There is a Jurassic Park one-on-one fighter, I think, on the PlayStation. Right, I am going to go get more games and work out if I accidentally didn't film a big section of this. That will piss me off. Right, back in a second. And we continue. Randomly, I found this. It's a game that I've got, which I've always wanted. I need the case and manual for it. I've thought about selling this a few times and trying to get the case and manual, and just at a different time. But it's a Cooler World. I can't remember the thing. Yeah, it's a little game where you play as a little like beach ball-y thing, and you roll around levels and things. But it's quite expensive. I bought a random wallet of DVDs in a charity shop once, and that was in it. So that's why I've ended up with that without a case and manual. And I've never found one come up for sale, I don't think. I've got a saved search on eBay for it, and it never pops up. I see a lot of like replacement ones, but I want the real deal. But we'll continue. We're on to M now. So Madden 2000. Yeah, Madden game. Not something I really care about. Then we got Magical Drop 3. It's a puzzle game. I can't remember what it plays like. Is it a bit like Bust a Move? It might be like Bust a Move, I don't know. Very long time ago I played that. I'll have to play again. This is a spacey horror game, which is a Martian Gothic Unification. Not one that I've ever finished, but I should go back and try and finish it. Then we've got Medal of Honor. Everyone knows what it is. The classic first-person shooter series. Strangely, I don't have the first one of this. I have the second one, which is Medieval 2. I haven't actually played Medieval 2. I've got the first one on the PS4, the remake, which actually does contain the PS1 version if you complete it, I think, to 100% or something. But I haven't finished it yet. But that was another one that I played always as a demo, the first medieval game. We've got Men in Black. Is this the one that I think it is? I played Men in Black on the PC years ago. I think this is the one. It plays, again, like a horror game. Like, looking at the back of it, definitely it does. It plays like tank controls, fixed camera angles. Pretty good. I remember you could have the noisy cricket on it and fire yourself backwards. But yeah, this was pretty good when I played it on PC. I haven't tried the PS1 version though. Then we got Metal Gear Solid, the special missions. It's just the VR stuff for Metal Gear. A nice one here. We got Metal Slug X, little run and gun action game. Everyone's played the Metal Slug games, haven't they? Always in the arcades. Balls hard. This one's really good. I actually really enjoyed this one. But these have been released for now. There's versions of Metal Slug that go for stupid money. I think that might be a 30 quid game, but yeah, they've been released everywhere. So we've got Mickey's Wild Adventure. This is the 2D platformer, which was released on on the Mega Drive. It's definitely on Mega CD. But I don't think it's called Mickey's Wild Adventure. It's called Mickey's something else, I think. I don't know. But each version has different things with it. Some of them have like more scrolling kind of levels, if that makes sense. Things that move and things. It's just a really good game. I'd recommend this. This if you like Disney platformers. This is actually really good. I do have it on the Mega CD. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it's called. I should have a look, but it's somewhere. It's up there somewhere. Then we got. It might not be the same game. I'm pretty sure it is though. We got Micro Machines V3. It was just as the Micro Machines games continued on. Yeah, if you haven't played them, they're little top-down racing games where you race over tables and stuff. As Micro Machines. Then we got Micro Maniacs, which is another racing game, but this one is done on foot. So, yeah, it's bit different. It's actually quite fun. Then we have Millennium Soldier Expendable. Again, best of Infogrames. No idea. I know I've tried this one though. Is it like a top-down run and gun game? I can't remember. I don't know if I've missed a few games. I may have. There may be a few over there because I've got a pile of games that are not in alphabetical order that I'm trying to get through. I should have checked. They'll be in the next bit. We've got Misadventures of Tronbon up next. This is a expensive Mega Man game, basically. It's alright. I will have to admit that mine is... The manual and the disc are legit. The disc is in... I was playing this. I was streaming this. Hold on. The disc's in here. Disc was in my PC. Yeah, disc and manual are legit, and I've been trying to get a proper replacement case for this. I bought a, what's it called one, a reproduction one, and the colours are slightly off on it. I printed it by myself, and it looked much better, so I should probably put that back in. Also, if you try to scan that, I wanted to know what the barcode would come up as, and it came up as something stupid like Gran Turismo or something, but I don't know. Up next we got Monster Rancher. It's a little RPG kind of game. Pretty sure this is the one. Is this the one you can put CDs in it and get different monsters? I can't remember. This is probably one of my best finds though. This was, I bought this in a charity shop years ago for 50p. I think it's 50p or a pound. Pretty sure it's 50p. We got Monster Racer. It's like a Halloween themed racing game. Yep, we're back to the crappy Midas games with the weird puzzles and stuff. We have Moses, Prince of Egypt. Why I have this, I do not know. I don't know. Not even a fan of the subject matter, so. Then we have Moto Racer. Again, I think this was a very early release, wasn't it? Actually, it might not be because it's got the black bar at the bottom. But it's a little motorbike game. Like super bikey one. Then we got Motocross Mania. As you tell, motocross game. There's a lot of these don't have anything interesting on the back, do they? That was some big ass screenshots. This is one I picked up a while ago and I really want to play it and I keep forgetting I've got it. It's Motorhead. Racing game. It just looks interesting. I think it's slightly futuristic, but it looks like the kind of thing I'd really enjoy. And things I got used to, I got addicted to these games. Mainly I used to play demos of them and I couldn't save or do anything. But it's Music 2000. I used to love these. Just mucking around with these. I've got quite a few on the PS2 as well. They seem to have dropped off the face of the earth, this kind of stuff. But if you want a pretty powerful music creation tool, Download Dreams whilst it's free on PlayStation. I don't know, we may have missed it. It was free, but that has a real good built-in music creation software to it. On to the ends, we've got NBA Basketball 2000. Just basketball. NHL 2000, we've got some hockey. I don't know, is it Nagano? Winter Olympics 98? This is one of those really common ones that pops up on the N64 all the time. Then we have Necronomicon, The Dawning of Darkness. Again, I think this is a kind of point-and-clicky kind of horror game. I don't know. I know that was £1 find in a charity shop once. Then we have the original Need for Speed. I think it's the original one. Yeah, it was alright. It's good fun. Still good fun to go back to. Same as this one. We got Need for Speed 3. Hot Pursuit. They've remade this a few times, even though it's nothing like this game. They just stole the name. Then we have the next Tetris game. That reminds me, I do have another PS1 game coming. I was going to do this when I didn't have any PS1 games coming or anything, but may have a Tetris game coming at some point. We've got Nightmare Creatures. Another one. This is a horror hack and slashy kind of game. I played, again, there's another one I played the hell out of on a demo, but I can't remember. Was it a PS1 demo? It must have been a PS1 demo. Did it come out on the Dreamcast? I know it came out on the N64 in the States, but I wouldn't have had a demo of that, would I? Then we've got another one I played the hell out of as a demo. We've got No Fear Downhill Mountain Biking. It's just a downhill mountain biking kind of racing game, but this is genuinely good fun. You don't see a lot of this kind of stuff. Descenders is probably one of the newer ones, and Lonely Mountains Downhill, but that's more isometric. Descenders is probably the closest to that I can think of. And the final one for the ends, is No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. It's like a little puzzle game where a little domino man walks on a loop, and you've got to drop dominoes to make things happen. It's incredibly bizarre, but it's pretty good. It's another one that, again, that's climbing in value, because I think it popped up on a Metal Jesus episode. So, as they do, things start to climb. So, let's get some more. Back again with the O's this time. I think I've made an O. Right, we'll start with Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Everyone knows they're little platformers. You can control stuff with your mind, and yeah, it got re-released as Oddworld New and Tasty on the PS4 and the Vita. Don't know if it's been on anything else, but there's been a new one, Oddworld Soulstorm. We got Oddworld Abe's Exodus. More of the same. Remember rightly. We got ODT. Stands for All Die Trying. I think it's a top-down shooter. It's one that I got off of Gurnaldinho Plays not long ago. But I haven't tried it yet. We have Onside. Football game. Complete onside soccer. No idea where that came from. Looks like an early title. Then we have another sci-fi horror series. We've got Overblood. Mine's missing a big chunk of the front of it. This, I think you wake up in the middle of a chamber, and it doesn't tell you what to do, and you're dying, and I think you've got to turn some cold off or something. I don't know what it is. Then we've got Overblood 2. Haven't played Overblood 2. This I bought ages ago, and I lost it and couldn't find it forever. I thought I'd lost it. It had fallen down the back of a bookcase. Then we got Pac-Man World. It's like a 3D platformer of Pac-Man. This has also been redone, hasn't it? This has been re-released. Done up like a remaster. Then we've got Pandemonium. I thought I'd make sure on Pandemonium 2. It's a 2.5D platformer. I promised the girlfriend we can play this soon because she said she remembers this from her childhood and wants to play it. Didn't know I had it. We shared the sequel earlier. We got this now. We got Parappa the Rapper. Well, I say sequel, is a spin-off. It's a little rhythm game. Everyone knows. All you can ever remember is the kick punch. It's all in the mind thing. The game that we only got the sequel to, not the original one. I want the original one, but it only came out in the States. But we've got Parasite Eve 2. This I got in a... There was a different thing called it was like myretrogamebox.com or something. They used to send out retro games as like a subscription box, and that's one of the ones I got in it, which I was always really thrilled to have. It's a horror. The first one's a horror RPG. I think that is, but I think it's more actiony. I've actually never played Parasite Eve 2 to my knowledge. I may have, but a while ago if it is. We got Patriotic Pinball. I bought this because I thought it was very strange that this got a PAL release. Because we aren't patriotic to the US, are we? We are English. But yeah, I've never played it. It looks like it might be an alright pinball game. We've got Pipe Mania 3D. Looks like a puzzle game. Never actually played it. Then we got Populous, which I think is like a world building god sim kind of game. Never played it. One that everybody who ever owned a PlayStation has. We've got Porsche Challenge. Actually, it's a fun little racer. And this was the one that I said that it was really faded. I had to print another cover for it. It was Power Rangers, is it Power Rangers Rescue? It's known as like Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. It does actually say Lightspeed on it. I couldn't see it. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Let's see if the original front is in this. There is no original front in it. It must have been that bad that I got rid of it. You can kind of see that it was faded on the side, but it was like unbelievably faded. We have this Power Source. It's a demo, I think, of things, but it has I've got a couple of things. There's a PlayStation Magazine demo and the Power Source one in there. But there's a Mega Man Legends Precautions book in it. I don't know why that's in there. I guess it's not an instruction manual, but something to do with Mega Man Legends, which is a game I don't currently have. Then we have Premier Manager 99, another football management game. Not my kind of thing. Must have come in a bundle. Same as Premier Manager 98. I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Pucci Karat? You can get this in a big box, and I can't remember what. I think it's like Bust a Move. But you can get like a big box version of this. I don't know why. This weighs an absolute ton. I think the manual is very fat. Yeah, like, look at that thing. Look how fat that manual is. Every language under the sun and a copy of the Bible in it. And we have RC Stunt Copter, Total Radio Control. I've never actually tried this. I imagine it is just going to be like a RC copter sim. Then we've got one that I'm ashamed I haven't played, but I should with my shooter. I'm one of the good at shooters. R-Types. Yeah, all I know. It's a shooter. I have played R-Type. I don't know what the difference between R-Type and R-Types is. But I can find out. Then we have Rage Racer. It's one in the Ridge Racer series. I don't know why they called it Rage Racer. I remember it being quite good though. I've got a mate that was addicted to that as well. I think it's one of his favourite games when he's growing up. Pretty big hitter now. We've got Rapid Reload. This never came out in the States, and it's called something else in Japan. But yeah, it's a little 2D run and gun game. It's actually really good. Rainbow Six. First person tactical shooter, I'd call it. everyone's played Rainbow Six. Rally Championship. This has got a full name, and I can't remember what it is. Is it Mobile 1 Rally Championship, I think. It's part of a long-running series, and I can't remember which one it is. It's not V-Rally or something. It's something like that. We've got Rascal. It's a platformer where you play as a kid with a lot of attitude. Controls a bit awful, but it's kind of this mascot platformery trying to be edgy but for kids games. It's alright. It's nothing you should run out and play. I've got Rayman, the original, the 2D old school one, which is surprisingly difficult. But yeah, I think, was this originally a Jaguar exclusive or something really random? I think it might have been. We've got Rayman 2. I think this is probably the worst way of playing this. The N64 one's really good. The Dreamcast one's really good. I think this is the worst way to play it, but it's a 3D collectathon platformer. But still not a bad game at all. Not a bad game. It's just each version's got bits missing and things. We've got Rayman Rush. I've never actually played this. I don't know why it's called Rayman Rush. I'm guessing it's some kind of racy kind of platformer against time. Maybe Endless Runner style kind of thing. I don't know. But then I got this double pack that I picked up the other day of Rayman 1 and 2. It was a charity find. I already had both games, but I don't know. I thought in a double pack it looks quite cool. It's got a white spine. One that I really should be able to finish. Like, I'm not that bad at shooters, but the polygonal graphics on this, it messes with my mind. I can't see where people are, like what level they're on, if I can shoot them or not. But it's Raystorm. I will go back and finish this. I streamed it trying to beat it, and I failed miserably. But I will go back and do that. Then we've got Reloaded. It's a little run and gun shootery kind of game. Did I have the first one? There's Loaded and Reloaded. I don't know if I did the first one. I thought I had it. I don't know. The game I mentioned earlier, but I haven't shown, is Revolt. It's like a RC racing game. So you race like standard, like behind the car kind of thing, not like a top-down one. But yeah, you race through gardens and houses and stuff as remote control cars. It's quite fun. Then we're on to the ones everyone's played. We've got Resident Evil. The original. I don't yet have the director's cut. I need to get the director's cut version. I'd also like to replace that with a black label, but never mind. Resident Evil 2. This is not the way I played Resident Evil 2 growing up. I played it on the N64, which I do not have anymore. I need to get an N64 copy of it, but it's climbing in price. Then we got Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Much better than the remake, apparently. I haven't played the remake. That was another £1 one in a charity shop. Was there any others? Don't know. Then we got Resident Evil Survivor. The PAL version of this is better than the American versions, I think, because ours lets you use a light gun at the same time as controlling, I think. The American one doesn't. Something along those lines. Not a good game, though. Then we got standard Ridge Racer. Not a very long game. Not many. It's like an arcade port, this one, I think, isn't it? So it's a couple of tracks, or 1 or 2 tracks, a couple of cars. Then you get Ridge Racer Revolution. It's just more Ridge Racer, but like a bigger game. Then the one that people say is the best one, which is Ridge Racer Type 4. It's usually between this and Rage Racer that people really like. So then we have Road Rash in an EA Classic box. I don't think I've played this version. I don't know if this is the same as the 3DO version. The 3DO version is known as being the best version of Road Rash, isn't it? But I don't know whether they ported that to the PlayStation. Not sure. They got Road Rash 3D. Yeah, it's rather than a 16-bit sprite kind of one, it's a 3D version of it. I don't know if this is the same as Road Rash 64, if they're based on the same kind of engine. I remember Road Rash 64 looking very, very muddy, but I need to get it again. We've got Road Rash Jailbreak as well. I think that was the last one on the PlayStation? This might be based... the 64 one might be based off this. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of this, honest. Then we've got Roswell Conspiracies, Aliens, Myths and Legends. I could tell you absolutely nothing about this. I remember buying it because it looked interesting, and I didn't know whether it was a kids horror game or not, but I don't know. Then we've got one. This is one which actually has the Phoenix logo on it. It is Rocks. It's like a little, I think it's like a Tetris style puzzle game. Something along those lines. And the final one for R is we've got Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Actually, no, I've got another Rugrats game. Somewhere. I've probably missed that off and it'll be in the next bit. Right, let's get some more. Just the S's now. What is it? I did have another Rugrats game that I forgot, which is Rugrats. Search for Raptor. This is actually supposed to be quite a good game. I haven't played it, but maybe quite good. Now we're on to the S's. So we've got Saga Frontier 2. Again, I don't think the first Saga Frontier came out in the UK. Yeah, again, it's an RPG. Then we got Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. I think, again, this might actually play a bit like a knockoff Crash Bandicoot, where you're kind of running forward or back from the camera on like a set like path kind of thing. Not sure. And greatest PS1 game of all time, we've got Silent Hill. So yeah, I said look, it looks like the same as the back of Hell Knight. But because I love Silent Hill, I've also got the Platinum version, which looks the same, just has the big platinum silver bar across it. Then we've got SimCity 2000. I've never actually played SimCity on the PlayStation. I imagine it plays okay. I played it on... Was it Mega Drive it was on? I can't remember. The Simpsons Wrestling is a really bad wrestling game. It's not even really wrestling. You're kind of in a ring just punching each other. But it's The Simpsons. I needed it. And we have another Midas title. We have Ski Air Mix. Whatever Ski Air Mix is. It looks absolutely dreadful from the back. The screenshots look exactly the same. This, again, I must have bought this and thought I used the case for something. We have Sky Sports Football Quiz Season 2. Featuring Kirsty Gallagher. What do I hate more than football? Questions about football. Then we have Sled Storm. Little skidoo sled kind of game. Racing game, I think, if I remember rightly. A game, again, I played this on the N64, not the PlayStation, so I prefer the N64 version. But it's South Park. It's a really bad first-person shooter. But I have a lot of nostalgia for it, so I quite enjoy it. Along with South Park Rally, a really bad rally game. I've actually always wanted I think I need this on the N64 to have all 3 South Park games on the N64. But it's not something you should rush out and buy. It's bad. We've got Soviet Strike. It's part of the Strike games. They're like isometric helicopter games. This, I didn't put it in this. It came in this when I bought it. And I've never taken it off and put it on a better game. Then we have Space Invaders. It's like a reimagining just to tar it up a bit. So, it's all good. We have Spec Ops Airborne Commando. There's something loose in this. It's probably the disc. What is in this? What is loose in it? Is it the disc? Oh my god. I have other games in here, which I didn't know I had. We'll take them out. So, that's a bonus that I didn't even know that I had. I have a second platinum copy of Fade to Black. and Rainbow Six Rogue Spear. Then I have a sealed PS1 game with Spec Ops Ranger Elite. I don't think I'm ever going to unseal it. Not that it's worth anything, it's cracked back, but I'm impressed. I've just found out games I didn't know I had. Next one, this is quite a fun game actually. It's a Spider. It's a 2.5D platformer. It's actually pretty hard, but it's good fun. You end up with like little power-ups and stuff, like you can fire bombs and stuff. It's not as badass looking as that. It's got a strange mechanic that you have to clear certain amounts of things before it lets you move on to other levels, and I kept not being able to find collectibles to continue, but it is good. And we got Spider-Man, original PS1 one. It was always pretty good. I was always impressed as a kid at being able to walk on walls and stuff on this. I remember rightly, you can web swing off nothing though, which is a bit odd. Then you got Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. I can't remember much about this one. I didn't play it as much as the other one. Then we have SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. I remember this being really bad. I have a feeling it's a 2D platformer. I've played the Game Boy Advance version of this, and that is definitely a 2D platformer. I think it is pretty much the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then we have original Spyro the Dragon. Again, good game, good platformer. Probably worth just playing the remaster. It is actually much better than this, I think, but just because it's got a more of a modern feel to it that people are used to now. Then we get Spyro 2. Ours is called Gateway to Glimmer in the UK. It's called Ripto's Revenge in the States. The same game. Then I have Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, which I learnt watching Dan the Games Man that the Platinum version of this is really hard to come by, and it only came out in Germany. Did not know that. But I did try to see if I could find it, like to see if it was anything else. Was this English and Svenska version? What is Svenska? I don't know what that is. What country is that? Then we've got Street Fighter 2 Collection. Oh, Street Fighter Collection 2. That's not rattling around in there as well. I think it is a collection of different Street Fighter games. Why is that? What's rattling around in here? Oh, it's just a really chunky ass manual. I was hoping I'd find some more games I didn't know I had. Then we have Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. Yeah, I haven't really played it. It's the one. I think it's the one where it's 3D. I think I gave it a go, but I wasn't too keen on it. Another weird football game I've picked up randomly. But Striker. Must be an early one. You can always just check the things on the side. 23 is the number on it, so it's definitely an early one. Striker 96, it says. Then we got Stuart Little 2, which apparently is an alright game, little platformer. I've never played it. It must be right. It got platinum status. Never try and live by that logic. There's loads of shit platinum games. Siphon Filter, little action game. Another one with a weird run animation. But you get a taser, and you can, if you keep tasing people, they catch fire. I think this is on PlayStation now as a remaster with trophies. Well, it's not even a remaster, it's just re-released. So I should probably give that a go. This one's weird. I don't know why, but this case is really cloudy, but if I take it out, it's fine. It's a Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. It's like a gem matching puzzle game. It's actually really good, but yeah, look how... It's not sun faded, it's just the box is really cloudy. Like somebody's tried to fucking Dremel it or something. Polish it up, and it hasn't worked. And the final one for S is Suikoden 2. It's a big hitter on the PlayStation. It's a RPG, tactical one, I think. I've only played a little bit of it. Generation Pixel will hate the fact I haven't played all the way through it. So I think it's his favourite game of all time. let's get some more. Okay, getting close to the end of this. I can feel it. Alright, on to the T's. So we'll start with one that I finished recently. It is Tail Concerto. It's a little mech game where you're like a little dog man and you're a cop. And you've got to find out what these cats are planning to do, and you find out the cats and dogs don't like each other. That kind of jazz, but it's actually really good. It is the game that came before Solar to Robo. Is that what it's called? The Red Hunter? Something like that. It's part of the Little Tail Bronx games. There is a new one called Fuga? I don't know. It is a series that's going on. Annoyingly, the PAL version is all in French. You can't play it in English. So the American one's the only one to play it in English. But yeah, still a good game. Then we've got Tekken 2. Back when, yeah, Tekken was a great fighting series on the PS1. I never really got into it anymore after the PS1. I tried some of the PS2 ones. And anything after that I've just not really bothered with. But to me, yeah, one of the best fighters of all time is Tekken 3. Which every time I show it, I have to admit, my girlfriend's better than me at it. She'll kick my ass. Then we got Tempest X3. Yeah, it's just Tempest, you know, the kind of game where you, what's it called, like vector graphics, kind of firing down a tube at things. Then, annoyingly, I don't have the cover for this. I thought I did. But it's Tenchu, Stealth Assassins. Yeah, it's like, to me, this is like the original kind of stealth game. Very gory. Dropping down and slitting people's throats. Again, another pound one. Yeah, good game, though. And we got Tenchu 2. I didn't play as much of Tenchu 2. Was it Tenchu 1 or 2 that had... One of them has a... Maybe they both do. They had like a mission creation mode, and you could create missions and take them around your mate's house on a memory card and that. But then we got Tennis Arena. That is a weird looking tennis game. I haven't played it. Probably should. Test Drive 5. This was actually quite fun when I played this. This is a decent little racer. It controlled alright. It had a bit ropey on the controls, but that's alright. Test Drive series is still going. There's a new one coming out soon called Solar Flare? Solar something? Solar Crown. Test Drive Solar Crown that's what it's called. But they moved into like the Unlimited series. It's a Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. So it's a big like online, basically MMO racing game. But yeah. Theme Hospital. Again, this is one that I used to play. I think it was the Mega Drive I played this. But yeah, like Theme Park and that, you create a hospital and try run it. It's got good humour in it. Bullfrog game before they got bought out and destroyed. Oh, another shit football game. This is Football. I think I was given a bundle of games, and there's a lot of football games in it. That's why I have so many. Again, 3 Lions. Another football game. We got Time Crisis. Everyone knows Time Crisis. Little light gun game. Good fun. Has there been a new Time Crisis game? There was one on the PS3. Has there been a PS4 one? Have they gone any further? You could do it with the VR and the what are they called? Motion Plus and all that kind of motion controls. What are they called? What's the PlayStation motion things called? I don't know. Motion controls, that'll do. And we got Toka Touring Car Championship. One of these, it might be the next one. I think actually it might be this one. There's a cheat and you can get a tank and you can shoot cars, and that used to entertain me. No end. Yeah, Toka World Touring Cars. But yeah, as racing games are these are good. These are still going. These became World not World Driver Championship. It was World something. Then that morphed into Grid. So the Grid games are the Tokka games. They're still going. Then we've got Tom and Jerry in House Trap. I've never actually played this. I don't know what type of game it is. It looks like it's a 2-player kind of almost Power Stone-y kind of fighting game, but I don't know. Thought it was going to be a surprise. I'm checking them all out for surprises, but the disc was just loose. Then we got the OG Tomb Raider. That's something loose in that as well. Cracked the fuck. But never mind. Why are all my discs loose in here? Oh my god, I do have other things in here. What do I have in here? I have Street Fighter Alpha 3 in here. And another copy of Tomb Raider, a platinum one. Why do I have that in there? That can stay in there. Make sure I do. Yeah, I do have the original disc in there as well. Just seem to be finding games I didn't know I had doing this. We got Tomb Raider 2. To me, that's the best one out of all of them. Am I looking forward to the remakes of the Tomb Raider games? Well, not remakes, they're remasters, aren't they? I don't know. The controls are bad now. Tomb Raider 3. Last Revelation. 4. It's a very heavy box as well. And the 5th one, which was Tomb Raider Chronicles. This, right, I don't think I ever finished this. I tried to finish Last Revelation and I got bored. I was Tomb Raidered out by that point. But that makes us ones that have a different name in the States. We call them Tombi. It's called Tomba, or Toomba in America. It's a little platformer where you can jump on enemies and throw them and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Klonoa. It's a game I do not have on the PS1. And the sequel, which is Tombi 2, which is another cloudy case by the looks of it. Rattling as well, so it's loose in it. Then we have Tommy Mackinnon Rally. This, I think, was surprisingly good. I streamed this out of curiosity, thinking it was going to be really bad. And it actually turned out to be quite good. I didn't say that while I was streaming it, though, because when I streamed it, it was really dark. And that was actually the software fucking it up. So when I went back and played it and I could actually see, it was pretty good. Then we've got Tiny Toon Adventures Toonenstein. It's like, it's not really much of a game. Imagine a point-and-click adventure, but it isn't really, you don't have to do anything, you just click on stuff and it activates stuff like little animations. So you can tell it's definitely a kid's game in that respect. It's just a bit of fun for kids to muck around and click on stuff. Some of the best games of the... I feel bad saying this now. On the system, because I'm wearing a Retro Bear t-shirt and he hates this series. We've got Tony Hawk's Skateboarding. Known as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater in America. So our first one was just called Tony Hawk's Skateboarding. Again, another game that I played on the N64 rather than the PlayStation. So I didn't get as much of the soundtrack as everyone else did. But I did play, I played this on the Dreamcast as well, not the PS2. PS2, PS1. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This is the best one in the series by a long way. I love this game. I can sit there and play this over and over. The remake they did, the HD remaster of 1 and 2, great game. I need to go back and finish it. There's one trophy that is going to piss me off though. It's the Get There trophy. If anyone knows what this is, I'm just talking shit again. I'm making these videos longer for no reason. I played this on the GameCube, not the PS1, which was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. These later Tony Hawk's games, I think this one is the same but kind of scaled back a bit. But the next one, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, which is for some reason upside down in there, let's sort that out, is it was an open world game, so they couldn't do that on the PS1. So if I remember rightly, the PS1 version is actually a level-based version of it, which, I don't know, it's like a completely different game. Same kind of missions, but a completely different game. I finished my beer. And we got Total Driving. I don't know if I've played this. I have a feeling it's one that I tried to play. It might have been when I was going through the bad racing games. I think it might have been bad. I don't know. I have to give it a go. I've ran out of space over there, so I'm having to put them over here. Then we've got Truck Racing. I picked this up not long ago at a car boot. It looks dreadful. It's a Midas game. So, I'll have to give it a go. Also got True Pinball. I've not actually played this. It does actually, on the back, it looks pretty good as a pinball game. There's some pretty interesting looking tables on the back. So I'll have to give that a go. Hopefully after I show these, they're slightly in focus at least. Last two for the T's. We got Tunguska, Legend of Faith. Take-Two game. I actually don't know anything about it. I have a feeling it's like a adventure-y kind of game, but I have to give it a go. And the final one of the T's. I feel quite bad with this one. A guy who comes in my shop gave it to me. He said, I was talking about collecting video games, and he said, I've got a game for you. He thought it was Teletubbies, but it isn't. It's the Tweenies. But he gave it to me. But I say that because he's currently having some really bad health issues in hospital. I won't go into details with it because that's not fair, but I just wish him a speedy recovery. Not that he'll ever watch this, but hopefully he'll get better soon, and I really appreciate it. It might be the Tweenies, but it was a game I didn't have. Right, I'm going to try do the last bit in one go. Let's go for it. Here goes. That was the final jump cut, hopefully. There's games here that I thought I had, which I don't have, which I'll explain in a minute. But we're on to the crap football games here. We've got UEFA Champions League. Seasons 2, what was it? 1999 to 2000. We have Vagrant Story. It's a RPG by Squaresoft with actually an really incredibly impressive... I can't even say it. It's impressive visuals, as I'm trying to say. Like, it uses quite big, like, polygonal models for people, and at the time it's genuinely really good looking. I'm not looking forward to putting all this away. Then we've got V-Rally. V-Rally 99. This is also on the N64. I don't know if it was released on anything else. But I always just referred to this as a pinball game when I used to play it as a kid. I used to bounce down the track. If you tap the walls, literally, it just like fires you off in different directions, if I remember rightly. So, yeah, pinball game. It's not, it's a rally racing game. Then we've got Vandal Hearts. I know that Eddie is a big fan of this. I think it also might have, was it Corbana was a big fan of this? Probably Generation Pixel as well. But yeah, it's a tactical RPG. I've really never put enough time into it, and I really should. Same as the sequel, which is Vandal Hearts 2. I should play them. Konami games. You know, back then Konami was pretty damn good, so really should play them. They got Vampire Hunter D. It is a survival horror game. I think it's a bit more actiony, but it's fixed camera. I've played a tiny bit of it. I need to give it a proper go. But I start these games, then wander off, play something else, and I forget about them. I need to go back to them. Oh, another shit football. I've got Viva Football. I'm starting to think, have I got every football game? I have not. There's so many. It's unbelievable. I'd like to know which ones didn't come out in the States, though. Like, we must get much more of this type of game. So, then we've got Wacky Races. I have this on the Dreamcast. This is a really good fun, like, cel-shaded racer. I'm pretty sure it's the same game, but really enjoyed it. Played the hell out of it as a demo of that on the Dreamcast. So it was Looney Tunes Space Race. That's a really good game as well. We got Warcraft 2, The Dark Saga. I've actually never played any of the early Warcraft games. I probably should give this a go, but I think it is like a top-down RTS style game, isn't it? I've only I've given World of Warcraft a very small go, but I didn't want to keep going. It's the kind of thing that might overtake my life. Then we got it's WCW Backstage Assault. It's been this long till I almost dropped something, but I caught that. That was Ninja Reflexes. That's me boring myself. See, I don't know anything about this. I don't think I've played this. There is a WCW game I've played, which I think I have here. Yeah, the one that I have played before, back when I was younger, was Mayhem. I don't know much about it. It's an EA game. I remember it not being very good. Pretty sure. Another one, still got a pound sticker on it. Then we got Wipeout, but this is Wipeout 3. This is the one where every time people do like CEX unboxings and stuff, they want to buy Wipeout, they always end up with this. They don't realise there's a 3 in that, and the CEX employees send out Wipeout 3 instead of Wipeout. I didn't buy Wipeout and got Wipeout 3, I bought Wipeout 3. This one, I bought it because it was a Phoenix title, and I just kind of wanted all the Phoenix games, but again, cartoon, sliding puzzles, stupid, whatever the fuck it is, things. Winky, the little bear. I don't think this is based on any kind of series. I don't know what Winky the little bear is, but I don't know. I keep accidentally almost saying Wanky the little bear. So this is. I just realised I found it like a second ago digging these out. I found out I have 2 copies of this, and I don't know why. This one is actually still taped shut, I think. No, it's not. We have World Championship Snooker. I should put these together and find the best copy now, shouldn't I? Well, that one doesn't have a manual in it, so hold on. Does this copy have one? That has a manual, but a better thing. Boom. Best copy created in a live recording. I haven't checked the discs. Probably should see which one's better. What we got next? We got World Cup 98. It's odds because I don't watch football, but I remember all the stuff World Cup 98. I remember the picture of the cup and the colours and everything growing up, but I did not watch any of that shite. We got 007, The World Is Not Enough. This is the game that has a N64 release, isn't it? And everyone always forgets about it. I do have it. Pretty sure it's the same game. One that is a very difficult game to get, apparently. I got this off of Eddie because he bought it and only wanted a front cover and something, and sent me the German one. The scraps, the remnants of the German version, which is a World League Basketball. So yeah, apparently in English that's very difficult to track down. Then we have one that, this always pops up in like kind of shovelware bundles. It's World's Scariest Police Chases. I remember playing it though, I thought it was actually quite fun. I don't remember much about it. I remember just like smashing into stuff. I'm simple. I'm simple, easy, easily amused. We got Worms. Everyone knows what Worms is. Little 2D, little plane with some worms on it, and you use kind of like trajectory to fire weapons to take out the opposing teams. Then we got Worms World Party. Just more worms. And Worms 2 Armageddon, which I think there's an N64 version of, and in the States it's really, really expensive. It got re-released by Limited Run Games. I think there's a PAL version. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, this is the ultimate thing. Any bundle of PS1 stuff you ever pick up, you get a copy of this. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The worst thing is, I remember as a kid actually sitting down with my mate, James again. We played a lot of this. It was quite fun. Quite often got the million on it. Then we got WWF Attitude. Again, I played this N64. It was an N64 game to me. It's very, very janky to try and play compared to like No Mercy and WrestleMania, which were, to me, are still some of the best wrestling games ever made. But yeah, Attitude. That is the sequel to... If I find it, I've got it. Oh, it's coming up in a minute. It's the sequel to Warzone, but I've got it here somewhere. I've got WWF In Your House. I actually never played this one. I picked this up in a bundle of wrestling games, and it came with the arcade game. But I sold the arcade game because it paid for the entire bundle, so I need to get that back. I really like the arcade game, though. So I don't know what WWF In Your House is like. I said, this I was thought about putting into the imports, but I don't know. It's a Australian version of SmackDown 2. It comes in a thinner case. And we're down to the last two games. The one that I've mentioned already, WWF Warzone, which was the one that came before Attitude. Plays pretty much the same. And the final game. I don't think I've got any other games that go past X. I don't think so. Hopefully I've got no more. Is the X-Files. This big chunky box. It's a weird FMV game. It's alright. It's like a interactive episode of the X-Files. So that is it. I don't know how many games are here. I might count this up and put it in the title. But that's going to be a very long video. If you've made it all the way through, please let me know, because I think I owe you a drink. It's just ridiculous. I didn't think I had that many. It's all kept in a tiny little shelf over there, and every time I was pulling stuff off, it was just getting more and more and more, and I didn't think I had that many. I don't have the greatest deal of big hitters. A lot of shovelware, a lot of football stuff, but it's still fun to go through, see what I had. This helps me, refreshes my memory of what I've got, what I want to play that I've just completely forgotten about. So you'll probably see me streaming a few more PS1 games on the old Twitch soon. So anyway, if there's anything there you think I should play that I said I haven't played, please tell me. I like to know. I love recommendations and things. So right, I'm waffling now. The video's gone on long enough. Gonna bugger off, and I'm gonna start putting this together with another beer. So have fun, people.